listening to the Evolvement podcast with your boy, Nye, where cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and our financial future are the hot topics.
That is the future.
Thank you for tuning in. And now, get ready. We are going live in 3, 2, 1.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy Nye, and welcome to another episode of Evolvement, the financial podcast where we talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and the future of our financial systems. Shout out to our first sponsors, Casper Labs. Casper Labs is building a fully decentralized blockchain infrastructure that really focuses on high performance without compromising on decentralization or resorting to off-chain settlements. CBC Casper is a proof-of-stake consensus that provides faster, safer, and more energy-efficient decentralized network consensus. As we've seen, one of the major issues with blockchain technology is most blockchains on the market today are not scalable. Without scalability, we face huge issues in terms of onboarding the next billion users into cryptocurrency. CBC Casper aims at solving this issue. If you want to learn more about Casper, head over to casperlabs.io. And today I have a very, very, very special guest on the line. I have Jill. Jill is from Binance Charity, and they're doing some really amazing things, and I'm glad to have them on the podcast today to discuss a little bit about what's going on with Binance, a little bit about their charity initiative, and really what their goals with that are. So Jill, how are you doing?
Hi, Michael. Hi, everyone. Great. Thanks for having me today.
No problem. I'm glad to have you on as well. And just to start off the interview, would you just give a little introduction to the audience about who you are? Like, who is Jill? How did you get started with Binance? And what is the goal of the Binance Charity?
Sure, definitely. So, I'm Jill Ni, and I'm now the director of the Binance Charity, Blockchain Charity Foundation. And I joined very recently. The Blockchain Foundation actually started a year ago, and with the mandate of using the blockchain technology to see how it can apply to the social impact sector and what the good values that the blockchain technology can bring to the bigger society. I actually worked in the financial services for many years before joining this foundation, and I have been serving like the big clients, the high net worth individuals, and have always been thinking how like we can apply the financial service, give the financial services to people who are in need. And as you know, there are a huge unbanked population around the world. When I get to know the Blockchain Charity Foundation and what Binance has been doing in the charity world, I felt like actually the blockchain and cryptocurrency is actually a very good tool to be offered to the unbanked population. And that is exactly what we are doing at the Binance Charity. So we offer is a transparent donation system, and where our donors can donate through the system, and they're able to track all the donations down to the end beneficiaries that we are serving. And all those most of the beneficiaries, they don't have access to the formal financial services. They don't have access to any bank accounts. But we are setting up crypto wallets for all those end beneficiaries and get them access to the cryptocurrency. And hopefully that this infrastructure can be used and for the going forward for more financial services. So that's what I see the value that the crypto and the blockchain can bring to the unbanked population and to the bottom billion, and also what attracted me to join Binance Charity at first. And so going back to what we are doing at the Binance Charity, so definitely like the issue that we see in the current traditional charity world is that there's a huge trust issue. Donors don't know where the government money goes. It's a completely black box between the donors and the end beneficiaries. So what we are offering through blockchain is that we can be able to help the donors to track each dollar that they donate, and be able to send all those donations down to the end beneficiaries, and to make sure that the money are given to the right person who are in need, and they're used in a proper way. So that's what we do at the Binance Charity.
That's awesome, Joe. That's fantastic. So you talked a little bit about transparency being one of the main positive benefits of using blockchain technology for charity and things like that. What are some other ones? Like, why is it important for us to look at blockchain technology for the issue of charity?
Mhm. Yes. So as I mentioned, there's a huge trust issue, and in the charity world, and it's not transparent at all. When you donate, so you will go give it to a charity organization, and then they will give it to another third party who may like access to the end beneficiaries, and so there will be a lot of intermediaries involved in the whole charity process. And so when the dollar actually reached the end beneficiaries, it could be when you donate $1, in some statistics it says they maybe only 20 or 30 cents reach the end beneficiary and are used like for their own good. There could be like corruption issues, especially when we look at places like Africa. A lot of donation money can be misused along the process. So I think that's the problem that we want to solve. And a lot of donors, as we talk to, are because of this trust issue, people are kind of reluctant to donate because of a lot of scandals we see on the news. This has held back a lot of goodwills from the people, and we really want to see, like, by using this transparent donation system to rebuild the trust among the donors, and so like we can see like can provide more support to people, to the bottom billion population who are actually in need. Yeah, that's kind of the problem that we hope to solve through this system.
That's fantastic. I love that. I absolutely love that initiative. Now, why is it so interesting for Binance to get involved in this charity and to give back? I've met CZ a few times. He's a really good guy, and you guys are doing very, very successfully in the crypto space. Is this just kind of ethical thing where you believe in giving back, or is there some other reason that Binance Charity was really started?
Yes. So yes, definitely. Like CZ himself personally believes in the charity, and also actually it started from a conversation between CZ and the head of the charity, Helen Hai, and they were talking about like the purpose of a person and the purpose of a company, and how that they can kind of combine these two together. So also like CZ also see Binance as a great company, and who really want to give back to the to the community and the society that we serve. So they really like clicked with each other and thinking. Then started the idea of setting up the charity foundation. So definitely that we also want to show to the provide to show to the world what crypto can do, and because also that there are a lot of bad connotations related to crypto and blockchain for people outside of the industry. When they look at this industry, they might think about like scammers, and they might think about like even money launderers. But we really want to show the impact, the value that the technology can bring to the bigger society. And as a pretty much an industry leader, Binance would love to like encourage the industry to join this movement, and to have more good money going to the to solve a lot of social impact issues in this world. So that's like why we started the charity foundation.
And how do you decide which charity you guys want to donate to? And how do you do your due diligence around these organizations or these individuals that may or may not be deemed worthy of donation money?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. So we do have our own due diligence process when we look at the charity projects that we work with. So there are like a couple of points. Firstly, definitely like we need to make sure that the money will be used in the right person, and it's there's a real need on the ground. So actually, our team is working very closely with the projects, and we will go to see and what's actually happening on the ground. For example, like as we now implement our projects in Africa, our team has actually spent months in Africa to work with the local team to understand, there is exactly the issue there. The kids there are they go to school, but they don't have lunch to eat like during the day. So that's where we identify the real needs, and so we see the needs for us to come in and provide help. That's the first thing. So we need to make sure that the needs is there. And secondly, we want to see like how is blockchain can be helpful, how crypto can be exactly helpful, and if whether we can reach out to the end beneficiary like using this platform. Because all we want to tackle is the trust issue, the transparency issue in charity. So we really need to make sure that in this project, our donors' money can reach to the end beneficiaries. So we also work with the on the ground local organizations to help us to understand who are involved, how can we make the infrastructure available to the end beneficiaries, and if there's education is enough and sufficient to help those end beneficiaries understand the technology and have understand the crypto wallet that they're holding. So when we deploy the donation money to the projects and to the end beneficiaries, we really also want to make sure that they have a grasp of how to use that donation money. And thirdly, we also collaborate with the local community. So we hope it's not only the students, as in our case, who are receiving the donors' money to buy for lunch, but we also want to see the impact that the project can have to the whole community. So we also get the suppliers of food involved to have them to get involved in this process. So they will receive cryptocurrency from the students to buy their food, and hopefully that with this infrastructure there will be more business and like flow of money involved in the local community to spur the economic growth of the community. And so that's kind of the side effect that we hope to see when we implement a project in a certain project in a certain community. And fourthly, when we assess, because like in some of the regulations and we serve, the regulators may not really welcome the cryptocurrency. So we also work very closely with the regulator. In the case of the Binance for Lunch for Children initiative, we work in Uganda. We really got a lot of support from the Ugandan government. They really welcome the technology. They welcome us to use like crypto as as a form of donation. And so we hope that when we give out the donations, it should not be an issue with the local regulation, so that our project will not be cut through the middle, and if there's any question raised from the regulators. So we also, when we look at the projects, we try to understand the local regulations, how what's their view on blockchain and crypto, but also at the same time, we also want to educate the regulators, the governments about what exactly is the blockchain technology, what exactly is cryptocurrency, and how that could be actually helpful for the economy, and or how we can help them to think about the risks involved or mitigate all the risks along the way. Yeah.
Nice. And most of these donations are being made in cryptocurrency. Can you explain the process of how that cryptocurrency gets either transferred into their local currency, or just how does that cryptocurrency become the necessary food or items that are given to a specific charity, or given to a specific organization in a specific location? How does that whole process work?
Sure, definitely. So as I mentioned, let's just take the Binance Lunch for Children project, for example. So we work with like currently 10 schools in Uganda to offer the kids with free lunch. So we use crypto donations. All the crypto donations will go directly to the kids' crypto account. And so they and their parents can use that crypto account to pay for food. And we also work with the food suppliers. So the food suppliers will accept the payments in cryptocurrency, so they can provide lunch every day to the school. And for the food suppliers, when they receive after they receive the cryptocurrency, the Binance actually has a Uganda exchange, which is a regulated fiat crypto exchange on the ground in Uganda. So for the food suppliers, they can choose to exchange the cryptocurrency they received into fiat money, local Uganda shillings, and use it in their other daily activities. Or like hopefully, we also want to have more merchants involved in the system so that they can use the cryptocurrency to buy food, to buy materials, raw materials, and to be involved in other business activities going forward. So that's like what we are doing on the ground on our projects.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And how does the process work when someone donates? Right. So I'm looking at your website, and it says we make giving transparent. And someone donates, it goes into the Binance Charity Fund, and then it goes. How do you decide whether it goes to an NGO supplier or a beneficiary? How does that process work?
Yeah, sure. So donors can donate through our website, and we have like two kinds of accounts. One is the main Binance Charity wallet, which is more like generic wallet. So if donors donate to that wallet, that means that they kind of give us the authority to decide for them which charity project to be for the donations to go to. Or the donors can choose to donate to a specific project that's live on our platform. So they can choose to donate directly to the Binance for Lunch project and direct to a specific school that's under the project. So then their donation will be used for that project and only for that project, and will be transferred to the kids who are involved in this project. So that's how like donors can get involved. Yeah, and for also we are talking to a lot of like corporate donors who actually the industry has we have a lot of industry players who are interested to collaborate with us on the donations and on the charity projects. We will also work with them to understand what interests them and what kind of causes that they want to contribute to. And well, sometimes although the donations goes into the charity wallet, it will stay there until we find a project that will be of their interest, and we will deploy that money into the specific project wallet to be used on that project.
Awesome. And it looks like you've raised a little bit under $4.5 million to date. That's amazing. Congratulations on that. What are some of the projects right now that are kind of your main focus and your main attention? What are the ones that people are really donating to?
Yes. The project that we have is definitely the Binance for Children project. So we actually started from one pilot school in February this year at the Jolie Mercy Learning Center in Uganda, and in March we actually expanded to 10 more schools in Uganda, and those schools are running now currently on our platform. And but we are keep expanding, so we are actually talking to the president office of Uganda, and we have a list of 160 schools that we are working together to identify the needs of those schools. And hopefully we will be able to launch that additional schools to the platform by June. And for the additional schools, we are not only looking at for lunch. because some schools, the students are fed with lunch, but they are faced with other issues when they are at school. For example, we found that actually a lot of girls in Africa, they don't have like the money to buy feminine products. So that's an issue that we felt very appealing to us, and we really want to support like giving the girls an access to feminine products. So that's what we will work on in the next phase of the Binance for Children project. So education is definitely like one thing that we are very interested in and really want to see like how we can help. But apart from education, we are also talking to, there's another project on refugee relief, but we also continue to talking to more projects in different fields, because our donors may also be interested in different initiatives like environmental issues or like social problems, so we are keep looking for new projects, so we can like feeding and give it be an option for our donors.
If someone wants to get involved, if they want to donate or participate in some way, shape, or form, what's the best way for them to do that? Can they just go to your website and make donations?
Yes, that's the easiest way actually. So if we go to the website, there's the Binance Charity wallet, which is the main wallet I talked about, and we welcome like donors to donate to that main wallet, or they can choose the projects that they're interested in, and they can donate direct to the projects. And of course, if it's a corporate like donor, we are happy to get more deeper conversation with the donors to understand more. And sometimes actually our donors will come up with new ideas, and they may have some projects that they're interested in and want to include in our platform. And we are very happy to help to implement the existing platform and technology to some existing projects, and to help make the projects transparent using the technology. So we are also open to like one-on-one conversations with our donors to help them to find the projects that's of their interest.
Awesome, Jill. Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for sharing more about what you guys are doing, and even more, thank you for doing what you're doing. I think what you're doing is not only important to cryptocurrency and to the community, but it's also just really important to the kids that you guys are serving and the education you're bringing to people without immediate or easy access to it. So thank you so much for everything you guys are doing. And what's the website that people can go to learn more about Binance Charity and maybe to make a donation and participate?
Sure. So the website is www.binance.charity. It's pretty easy to remember. And if there's anything that you want to contact us, please also feel free to email us at bcf@binance.charity. So that's our email address.
Awesome, Jill. Thank you so much for coming on again. I really, really appreciate it. Love what you guys are doing. I think it's really, really important. And for everybody who's listening, everybody who's tuning in, go check out Binance.charity. They're really doing some amazing things. They're really doing important things for this community. And it shows that even as a very, very successful organization within the crypto space, their focus is still on giving back. It's still on creating value for as many people as possible. So Jill, final thank you again. Appreciate it. And for everybody who's tuning in, this has been another episode of Evolvement, where we talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and the future of our financial systems. And thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Bye.
This has been the Evolvement Podcast with your boy, Nye. Thanks for tuning in. Head over to evolvement.io for updates and join us next week for an all-new episode. Peace.